So thank you very much for coming along, and great to have you here at the British Embassy, British residence in Tokyo. And I guess you're here really to introduce the Winter 2013 collection, and because you're setting up your second store in Tokyo. So do you want to tell me a bit about how that's happened? And
I left St Martin's in London, a fashion college, many years ago, and the first people to try to buy my clothes were actually the Japanese. So I've always enjoyed a really good relationship with everyone here, and they've been very supportive of the brand. So we opened a few years ago now our first store in Tokyo, and it's been a great success, and now we're here opening more. I think that, at that time, that was sort of 15 years ago or something, even more, Tokyo was really alive and booming, and not that it isn't now, but it was just really kind of aware of young talent and very supportive of it. And I think there's always been a great relationship between the Japanese and the British, in fashion. I think that British fashion has always been a channel for people to be incredibly creative, very innovative, and also very irreverent, and I think that's something that we do very well. And I think that there's a huge amount of street culture in Britain and in London, where I come from, and I think that also exists here in Japan, and I think that there's a real sense of self-style, and so I think that the two cities certainly really connect on that.
One thing that's always fascinated me about fashion is the way in which there's a very creative side to it. There's a great business side to it.
I'm definitely the creative force in the brand, and I have a great team that I work with, but at the same time it's I'm not of the generation of designers that's kind of like, I'm creative and I'm against business. I'm very much of, if you don't work alongside the business side, then you don't have anything to design, because you can't sustain that, that type of company. So for me, I enjoy that side very much on a personal level. It's got my name on the door, so I have a sort of, I have a vested interest to really watch out about where we grow and how we grow and at what pace and in what way. So I think that business can be creative too, if you do it instinctively and if you do it in a way that isn't just about making money all the time. I think it's important to do it from the heart, the same way I do when I'm designing. It's not realistic to just sort of think, oh, I grew up in England and I studied here and I'll stay here. And also St Martin's now, I would say the majority of students are from all around the world. So, from day one, even when you're just starting off on your course there, explore the world, explore the other students there, your colleagues, the teachers, listen to what they have to say. They're also from all around the world, and journalists and buyers, and they come from everywhere to visit St Martin's. So really capitalise on that and make the most of everything you can learn while you're there.
And for sort of young Japanese designers who want to sort of hone their craft, London's an option.
London right now is probably one of the hottest places in fashion for young and up-and-coming designers, and also established brands. It's really very strong now. The London Fashion Week gets incredible attention, as does obviously Paris and Milan and New York. But I would say that London is really, really coming up and exciting. I think that when you speak to the journalists and when you speak to people, that's what it's all about. I've always believed that London is it's so alive. It's an incredible city, and it is a hub of every nationality. It's not like you won't only meet British people, you're going to meet people from all around the world. It's truly, truly alive with many different cultures.
Right, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
It's really,
Thank
really
you.
nice. Thank you very much. A pleasure.